What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Nick, but most of you might know me as Jung Labs. And last quarter four, I did over $1.9 million in sales on just one of my dropshipping stores. And yes, you heard that correct, $1.9 million on just one of my dropshipping stores last quarter four. And you know what the craziest part is? This is not my first quarter four, or my second, or my third, or my fourth, or even my fifth. This is my ninth quarter four. So this is not my first rodeo. I've been dropshipping for the last 9 years, and that's why in this video, I'm going to explain everything that you should be doing right now to make the most out of your quarter four and your Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and your holiday rush, and even a little bit of New Year's. And trust me, you do not want to wait to apply this information, because right now during quarter four, some of the biggest opportunities in dropshipping happen, and some of you watching this video may even be able to go on to hit your first 5, 6, and even 7 figures during this quarter. So look, if you're ready, I've been ready. So grab a notebook and let's get right into it. So it's no surprise that every business makes a ton of money during quarter four, and you watching this video probably already know this, but during Q4, you have a ton of sale-related holidays, and people just spend a lot of money. You have Thanksgiving, you have Black Friday, you have Cyber Monday, you have the whole holiday Christmas rush, and then you also have New Year's. It's so deeply embedded in Western culture to spend a lot of money during this time period. I mean, people wait all year to take advantage of Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals, and then people already know that they're going to spend a lot of money on Christmas gifts for their friends, for their family, for their significant others, and so on. And even you watching this video as a business owner know that you're going to be spending a lot of money to start or scale your business. There's a ton of opportunity right now that needs to be taken advantage of. So let's start here. The first thing that you need to do, especially if you're just getting started, is find a product. This is so important. You're not going anywhere if you don't have a product to sell. So how exactly are we going to go about doing that? Well, it's pretty simple. We're going to use PP ads, and we're going to go and pick our product based off data. So do not pick products that you like. Do not pick products that you think. There should be no thought in this. Everything that you do should be data based. You should always be going into everything with a hedged bet. So let me show you exactly how this is done. So this is PP ads, and if you're not familiar with it, it is hands down the best spy tool to use. You will find so many layup products on here, and I know you've probably heard other people talk about this, but truly this is the best platform to find winning product. Now, this strategy that I'm going to show you how I go about finding these products with data is something that I share with my students, and if you're not familiar or haven't seen the results, they've done over $8.1 million in sales so far in the last 10 months, and they all started out probably exactly where you are right now, and some of you watching this might even be one of my students in the near future. First thing you want to do is make sure you have ads selected up here. Then you want to go to TikTok, and then under basic, you want to select e-com platform and choose Shopify. Then for country and region, you want to select the United States, Germany, France, Canada, United Kingdom, Netherlands, Belgium, and Australia. For language, CTA button, and all this other stuff on the right, we can leave this exactly how it is. For impressions, go ahead and select medium impressions, and then you don't need to select anything over here either. Now move down to period, and what you want to do is select first seen, and then select in the last 15 days. And this is where we're going to start searching. Now, remember what I said earlier, everything needs to be data-based. This is going to stop you from overthinking, okay? Don't be biased, and also don't discriminate against any products. Anything and everything can work. What we're going to look at first is we're going to look at the number of impressions compared to the number of days ads have been running, and that's how we're going to start looking at certain products. We're not going to look at the videos or anything else. We're simply looking at the impressions and the number of days that it's been running. Now, the reason why we do that is because if you see something like this, 7.8K impressions, and the ad's been running for 3 days, this means that it's probably working. And you know that it's probably working because they're still spending money on it. Or this right here, 4.1K impressions in the last 2 days. This means they're currently spending money on this ad. Or this, 5.5K in the last 2 days. This means they're currently spending money on this ad. And nobody spends money on something that is not working. If this was not working, these ads would be off. But there's another thing that we also look at, and this is very important too. We look at the date ranges that the ads have been created and when they were last seen. So they launched this ad on October 21st, and it's still running today as of October 25th. This ad right here was launched October 23rd, and it's still running today as October 25th. This ad was launched on October 24th and is running as of October 25th. Again, if these were not converting sales, these would be off. And those two things right there, the number of impressions compared to the number of days the ad has been running, and when the ad was first launched and when it was last seen. Those are the only two things that you need to remember and how you should be going about picking products. I promise if you just apply the two things that I just told you, you will be picking way better products. And that's because you're looking at real hard data, and numbers simply do not lie. So let's just click on this first ad and see what we have going on. So if we notice right here, this is the advertiser Stanberry. And then if you come down here, this is the actual link. Now, the only thing that I really pay attention to up here is simply the impressions and the number of days. But there's one more thing that I want to do before I actually go and look at the store. I want to click on the advertiser right here, Stanberry. And what I'm looking for here is multiple ads. Now, the reason we look for multiple different ads is simply because if they're launching more ads, something is clearly working. Again, if it was not working, they would not be going through the effort of making new ads, okay? Right off the bat, we notice that we have a lot of different ads, and you're going to see repeats in here, and that's because they're using a feature on TikTok ads called Smart Creative, which we'll get to a little bit later because that's very important to the actual strategy itself. You see that they're launching a bunch of new ads, and let's see how many new ads. So we have 2 pages of different ads for this same exact product. This product is clearly working. Now, if you go to the last page and find the last copy of the actual ad for this product, you notice that it launched on October 21st, and today is the 25th. So they've been running this for 5 days straight, and they're racking up a ton of impressions. That means they're spending money on it. So it checks all of my boxes for a winning product. They've been running ads for multiple different days, and they're still on, and they're launching new video ad creatives. That tells us everything we need to know. This could be a winning product for you. So right off the bat, I've seen this product before, and I know this product is pretty tapped out in the United States, meaning a lot of dropshippers have sold this in the United States and done very well. So that's why this website is translated in French. They're taking winning products from the United States and selling them in Europe, which is no secret. Everybody does that, and I have a lot of students that do that as well, and that absolutely crushes. But what we're looking for here is what we can actually improve on. So let me go ahead and actually translate this website. Starting over here on the left with their actual photo carousel, there's a whole lot going on here. Personally, I think this could be condensed down a bit because what I personally like to use my carousels for is simply showing what the product looks like, which you're doing a good job of. And then on top of that, also building trust and credibility and also showing the product's use cases. So I would really condense this down. Maybe I would show this product right here. I would also show it on wrist like they have, but then I would also show a customer testimonial. And then on top of that, I would also show how this product actually works, like the fact that you have to shine a light up to it. The whole point of this is to really show the customer exactly what the product does so they don't technically have to read anything if they don't want to. Now moving over to the right, starting with the actual pricing of the product, we can see that they don't really have too much of an offer going on. So they just have a 25% off sale going on, which is cool, but I think this can also be improved on. So let's look at the product. It's a personalized photo bracelet with your photo. So this could be a couple bracelet. So instead of selling just one of them, you could sell 2 of them. So you could increase the average order value from creating some type of bundle. So angle it towards couples, angle it towards mother and daughter, or father and son, or a friendship bracelet, or maybe a long distance couple bracelet, or maybe even a bracelet for you and your friend that have dogs that you both love. You can get really creative with this and create a really good off. Now, underneath the variant selector, you're also going to notice that they just have these boxes right here of the variants themselves. Now, I personally would use an app called Infinite Options just to show what the actual variant is, like what white with gold looks like without having to click, or white with silver, or white with rose gold, and so on, because that also really helps improve conversions. But then underneath that, you can see that they do have some type of app on here, so you can actually import the photo to get it in there. Now, another thing that I would do to this is maybe considering adding ka-ching bundles. That way you can actually go and create a visually aesthetic bundling offer on this. But then the reason that they might not have it is simply just because the app that they're using here to import the photo may conflict with the ka-ching bundles add to cart option right here. So that's why it might not be on there. Now, I would definitely condense down this product description right here and move it above the add to cart button. I would get straight to the point about what the product is and who it is for. Now, with these unique value props or UVPs, your photo inside, wonderful gift idea, nanotechnology, I would add what's called an image with text. That's probably what it's called on your theme right now, but that's basically just a photo or a GIF, and then on the right or left, a headline followed by text. So what we could do is basically take this, your photo inside, your loved one's photo, your dog's photo on the inside, and then use this right here as the headline on that image with text, and then this as the description, and then just take this GIF right here and put it over here to the right. So essentially this is what it would look like. We would basically just have this under here, and then with this text off to the right of it, so it looks good on the site. Now, I don't do this anymore where you stack up the product description with all these details. Now, I don't stack up the product description anymore like you see here, but I've noticed that some of my newer students do this, and while it does get sales, and they're definitely getting sales, their conversion rate could be improved if they were to just simplify the site and condense it down more, and that helps out a lot. And then moving down, you can see that they do have customer reviews, which is good. This is very important to have. Everybody needs to have reviews on their site, so this is very good that they do have this. But other than that, the site does look pretty good, but there are things that can be improved on here. So take out your notepad. What you could improve on this site is number 1, the photo carousel. Number 2, actually create a real offer to increase your average order value and just just make it overall more of an attractive product and make someone want to buy it more. And number 3, condense down the description and move it up over the add to cart button. And then also take all of these UVPs that are stacked up in the description and then create a UVP stack using the image with text feature on your theme. So that right there is what you can do to copy this exact product right here. And you're picking this product because there's real data back. And I'm going to do one more, but here's another interesting one. 9.3K impressions in 2 days. We click on it and let's go look at the advertiser and see how many ads they have running. 15.4K to 4 days. And then, you know, it looks like these just got launched October 25th to October 25th. These haven't even really started spending yet. 9.2 in 4 days, October 21st to the 25th, October 21st to the 25th, 9K 4 days, 14.3 to 4, 23.5 to 4, October 21st to the 25th. This right here is a winning product. Let's actually see what this product is because I have no idea. So it looks like they are classic board games. Now I will say something. Let me give a quick little disclaimer here. Be very careful and do your research when selling products like this or copying this competitor because there might be trademarks and there probably are trademarks on this product and you don't want to get yourself into trouble. So do your research before selling a product like this. But anyways, let's just analyze the site and see what we can improve on. But wait, matter of fact, before we do that, let's go 5 pages back and just see if they've been running the same product. Okay, so now you can see that there are different products on here. So it looks like they're testing a bunch of different stuff, but we can see the initial product that we clicked on launched October 18th. And keep in mind, they're still running this on October 25th, but let's keep going further back. Let's go to the last. Here it is. So it looks like they launched this product on October 15th and all the way till today, October 25th, they're still running it. So they've been running it for 10 days straight and they're launching new creatives for it. So that means it works and that it's a winning product. And again, do your research before selling a product like this. Don't sell anything that would infringe on a trademark and get you in trouble. But let's actually analyze the site now. So right off the bat, the product carousel is pretty legit. It shows exactly what the product is and how it's being used. Again, I would maybe throw some type of customer testimonials in here, maybe people playing the game too with a smile on their face. They do have images as their variants, which is great. And then moving down, you can see that they do have a bundle put together: 1 board game, 3 board games, 6 board games, 9. And as you continue to add more, the AOV goes up and you also get a bigger discount. So that is really cool. Now moving down, you can see again, they made that same mistake that the previous store did where they just bundle up their product description. A lot of this stuff right here, like key features, these are UVPs. Again, these can be added as image with text where you have an image or a GIF followed by this headline with the text over there. And it could just condense everything down and make everything look overall a lot more cleaner. And then they also have reviews, which is good. Overall, this is a pretty good site. But this right here is what I would fix up a little bit. So that right there is the product research. As you can see, it is very simple and very straightforward, and it doesn't allow you to overthink because you're making every decision based off of hard data that you see. That way your bets are all hedged. Now we need to move on to the next very important step to make a ton of money during Q4, and that is creative. Now what most beginner dropshippers don't actually realize is the 3 most important things to actually seeing success is product, offer, and creative. Now all the other things that you're probably thinking in your head, oh, what about the store? What about X, Y, and Z? They don't really matter that much. You can optimize those things later. In the beginning, everything can be very simple, just like you've seen on those other stores that are clearly working. Just make minor adjustments to them. But creatives are so important because you cannot scale without a constant flow of new creatives. So let me show you exactly how you're going to go about getting new creatives and also how I like to implement new creatives into my scale. And this is the same strategy that I applied last Q4 that I'm going to apply this Q4 to make sure that I have that constant flow. So let's just say that this right here is our product, which is the first product that we looked at. How are we actually going to get video ad creatives for this? Well, this is pretty simple because we can order this product directly off of Amazon and get it to our house within 2 to 3 days. And if you can't do that, you're going to order it directly from the supplier, and that might take a week. But don't worry, because that's not that long, especially if you're starting right now as you're watching this video, which I hope you are. So once you actually get your product, what you're going to want to do is be able to get video ad creatives like that. And the fastest way to do that is simply by using viral e-com ads. If you're not familiar with viral e-com ads, it's essentially a platform where you can go and get on-demand creatives just like that, and also partner with UGC creators, which is amazing. So there's 2 things that I like to do on viral e-com ads. Number 1, go to packages and then go to video ads. And I like to do the TikTok ad split test package because this gives you 3 different variations of videos for one product. But then on top of that, if you do want more videos, what you can actually do is do the 3, 5, and 10 split test package, which I highly recommend that you start out with because this is crucial to the actual strategy that I implement. So get the TikTok ad split test package 1, 3, 5, 10, whatever you want. Then what you're going to do is launch a campaign with these video ad creatives and find out why people are actually buying this product and hone in on your angle, because this is crucial for the next step, which involves UGC creators that you're going to get from viral ecom ads. So go back to packages, go to UGC ad package, and then I personally get the 3 UGC TikTok ad package. Now, what most people don't know about UGC creators is the fact that you actually need to provide them with sufficient information about your product, your offer, and your demographic. If you don't provide them with enough information about who's actually buying, then the UGC videos aren't going to be good. So you need to make sure that you're giving them enough information about who's actually buying your product, why people are buying your product, how much you're selling your product for, and all that good stuff so they can make the best video possible. Don't go in empty-handed. Make sure you're giving sufficient information. Now, another thing that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, which is so valuable, is the fact that you can turn the 3 UGC TikTok ad package into like 15, 20 different videos simply by clipping them up with other videos that you've gotten. You need to look at all these creatives that you're buying as assets for your business, because they are, and you own them forever. And when you have enough creatives, you can mix and mash them all around and keep pumping out new creatives consistently. And that's exactly what I do, and that's exactly what I'm going to do this Q4 with all of the creative assets that I've gathered. So now that we got the biggest things out of the way, how to find real winning products using real valid data, and also how to get high quality video ad creatives, now what we need to do is actually put it together. So this is very important. So here's a visual representation of what we've done so far. We found real winning products based off real valid data. We've got those products over on our store. We've sourced high quality video ad creatives. And now what we need to do is actually test these products to see if they work for us. So we're going to do this through a basic CBO TikTok testing campaign. Now, what you need to remember about this campaign is it's simply just a testing campaign. And this campaign is going to tell us one of two things: the product is a winner or it's not. And you're going to base that decision off of the data that this campaign generates after you spend $50. And that's all this campaign does. A lot of people overthink this and overcomplicate this, but this is a very straightforward, simple strategy that I'm going to show you. So let's jump in and actually set this up now. So here we are inside of our TikTok ad account. And the first thing we want to do is come down here to conversion and select website conversions. Now here we are inside of our TikTok ad account. And the first thing we want to do is come down here to conversion and select website conversions. Now it's going to open up this box down here. And what we're going to want to do is name our campaign something that we know exactly what it is. So in this case, I'm going to name this campaign TOF CBO US and Canada, and then our product name, which is a bubble skirt. Now, in terms of the naming convention here, TOF means top of the funnel, and that's exactly what this campaign is. It's a top of the funnel campaign because we're testing the product. If you're not familiar with what this term means, I have other videos on my channel that explain exactly what it is and how it works. Next, we're doing CBO because that's the type of campaign that we're going to run, targeting the US and Canada, and our product is the bubble skirt. So this is easily identifiable. Now, what we want to do is move down to campaign budget optimization and set this at $50. Then you want to click continue. Now you're going to be on this page, and for the ad group name, just name this one. This really does not matter. For optimization location, you want to make sure that website is selected. Under data connection, you want to make sure that your pixel is selected. And for optimization event, you want to make sure that complete payment is selected. Now keep in mind, you're probably not going to see complete payment on your TikTok ad account, and that's because you have not unlocked this event. Now what you can do to actually get your complete payment event to show up is actually trigger the purchase by placing a few test orders on your website using a discount code. The discount code is going to allow you to place an order on your site for free, so it doesn't charge you anything. And you just want to do this 3, 4, 5 times and then wait about an hour, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. Then you're going to see the complete payment event unlocks on your TikTok ad account, and then you can actually target complete payment. You don't want to do anything other than complete payment here. So now what you want to do is move down to placements and select placement, and you want to deselect global app bundle, deselect Pangle, and just leave TikTok on. Then you want to open up advanced settings, and you want to turn off user can comment, turn off video downloads, and turn off video sharing. Next thing you want to do is move down to targeting, and then you just want to add the United States and Canada to the selection. And then for age, we're going to leave this 18 to 55 plus. For gender, we're going to select female. Now keep in mind, if you're selling a gender specific product, choose a corresponding gender that would buy that product. If it's something like jewelry, like a tennis bracelet, go ahead and leave it at all. But in this case, a bubble skirt is a product that women buy, so we're going to choose female. Then for language, we're going to choose English, and then we're going to skip all of this stuff. And then what we're going to do is move down to budget and schedule, and we're going to want to select our schedule. So what we're going to do here is actually select the following day at midnight. So that is 0000. And you want to click OK. Now, the reason we do this is that way our CBO campaign can spend evenly throughout the day, because when we're running a CBO campaign, TikTok is going to spend our entire $50 a day. And we don't want our campaign to go live now, which at the current time of recording, it's 11:37 a.m. We don't want it to start spending now because it's going to spend unevenly. So we want to make sure that it launches exactly at midnight and spends throughout the entire 24-hour period. But after we have this set up, we want to go ahead and click continue. Now you're going to be on this page, and the first thing you want to do is turn on Smart Creative. So select this, and then you want to move down to identity, and you want to set a custom identity. For this, just name it your store name and add your logo like I did. And then you want to move down to add details, and you want to upload 3 video creatives. So here are my 3 video ad creatives, and sometimes you're going to notice that the status has an X next to it. And if that's the case, all you want to do is click the pencil and then just throw some random letters in there and click OK, and then it usually will be green. So hit upload. And then what you want to do is add 5 different variations of text. Now, you don't need to go crazy in here. You don't need to be very in-depth or thorough. All you need to do here is highlight the offer and focus on urgency, scarcity, and the offer. Hurry, our 50% off sale ends today. Hurry, our sale ends at midnight. Get yours 50% off today. Only a few left in stock. Get yours 50% off before our sale ends. So here we go with 5 different variations of text, and we have 3 different videos. Now, what Smart Creative Ads actually does is assigns each variation of our text to one video. So what Smart Creative actually does is assigns each variation of text here to each video. So we have 3 different videos and 5 different variations of text. So this first line is going to get assigned here in one ad. This second line is going to get assigned here on another ad. This line of text on another ad, and so on. And as you can see, we'll have 15 different variations of ads, but you're not able to see that right now because we haven't published it, but you will once we click OK. So now we want to move down to call to action, and you want to leave this how it is. This is dynamic and this is fine. For interactive add-ons, sometimes you might want to add a display card. For this, you can use Canva and focus on your offer here and a little bit of urgency scarcity. That's just going to pop up a card right here. And this does improve conversion sometimes, but for this example, we're not going to do this. And now for our destination, you want to make sure that you're dropping off on your product page or your collection page or wherever your product is. So in this case, and for most people, we're going to be dropping off on a product page. So let me go ahead and get my product page here, and we're just going to paste the link there. So now what we're going to want to do is move all the way down and click publish all. Now, before we do that, you might see some error here that says potential issues detected. Completely disregard this. This does not matter. So you're going to be taken to a page just like this. And as you can see, we have 15 different variations of ad, because remember, each line of text got assigned to each video. That's why you have duplicate videos in here. What we need to do is actually go into the ad group level right here, make sure it says ad groups, and you want to actually duplicate this original ad group 4 more times. So you have in total 5 copies of the first ad group, which is going to in return create 75 different ads. So click copy, and then you want to go through and make sure that everything is published. And I'll explain why we do this in a second. Okay, so as you can see, we have 5 different ad groups named 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all the same because it's all just a copy of ad group number 1. And then if we select all these, you can see that we have 75 different ads in total because we have the Smart Creative on. Now, the reason why, and there you go, 75 ads. The reason why we do this is because TikTok favors new, fresh creatives, and it simply just works. So give the platform more creatives, give the platform what it likes, which is new content. And that's exactly what we did by using Smart Creative, and the platform will reward you. Now, this is how you're going to set up a proper test, and that's all it is. It's a broad campaign CBO spending $50 a day, and you're going to ideally let this run for 1 to 2 days. Now, let me go back to my whiteboard and show you exactly what you're going to be ideally looking for so you know whether you have a winner or not, and then we'll continue on to the next step. Okay, so we just set up that CBO TikTok ad campaign. Now what we need to do is analyze the metrics over 1 to 2 days. So for the next 48 hours, don't touch anything. Just let it do its thing and let it spend. And what we want to do at the end of that 48 hours is analyze the metrics, because we're either going to have a loser or a winner. Hopefully we have a winner though. So what is a winner? A winner is something that got multiple sales in a single day or out of 2 days that are profitable. You don't need to overthink that. All right. Now for a loser can be something that has no sales whatsoever. Maybe 1 sale that's 1 or 2 sales that's super unprofitable, or just low purchase intent. So let me explain the metrics that we're really looking for. So again, conversions, which I just explained. And then we also want to look for the purchase intent metrics. So add to carts and checkouts initiated. And you're going to be looking at this on the ad account dashboard. So by default, you don't have this on your dashboard. You want to add this by going to columns and clicking customize, then adding add to carts and checkouts initiated. Then you're going to be able to see that how many people added a cart, how many people initiated checkout. And this is real buying intent. You know, if somebody added a cart and went to the checkout but did not buy, that means that that there's demand for your product and you could potentially have a winning product. You might just need to optimize something in this step right here, which is your store. The next metrics you want to look at is your CTR, CPM, and CPC. CTR being the most important because it rules all other metrics. CTR means click-through rate. This is the rate at what people are clicking on your ad. Bare minimum, you want to at least have a 1% CTR, and the higher your CTR, the better. Higher the CTR, the lower your CPM is going to be, and also the lower your CPC, which means the lower that you're going to be able to acquire new customers on your store for. So again, the CTR really just tells you, like, are people actually clicking on my ad? Is my ad actually doing its job? That's how you should think about it. If your CTR is under 1%, your ad is not doing its job. Now, CPM tells you how the platform is favoring your content. If your CPM is really high, the platform does not like it. Now, for CPC, this really just depends on your CTR. So if your CTR is like 0.02, you're going to have a really high CPC and you're going to be paying a lot per click, which means your cost per acquisition is going to be really high. So if you have really bad metrics here and no sales, you definitely have a loser. And that can tell you one of two things. Do you need to get better creatives, or was there any purchase intent? Was there any added carts? Was there any checkouts initiated? Even with the bad metrics, that could potentially mean that you just need to get new variations of creatives because you have something that has slight demand, but you need better creatives to get more people on the site to further that data. But anyways, you're going to have one or two outcomes, loser or a winner. Let's start with loser. If you have a loser, you're going to need to restart this process. You're going to need to go and find another product and then go through this entire process again of building out a landing page and then getting more ad creatives and then testing. And I know this entire process seems pretty daunting, especially to beginners, but this is a very streamlined process and it becomes like second nature, especially the more you do this, and it's really not that tedious at all. But it's really important that you're picking good products based off real data and you know exactly what to look for. Now, the other option is you have a winner. Now, I'm not going to go crazy in depth with the scaling. We could go on all day about this, and I talk about this every single day inside of my mentorship program. But anyways, you have a winner. What you need to do first is you need to analyze which variations of creatives did the best. So we need to go back into our campaign and filter by what got the most sales, what has the best ROAS, what has the best CTR, and all these things, and pick out which creatives did the very best. And we need to really chop into these. Was it the hook? Was it the actual video itself? Was it the placement of the product or the CTA? You know, we need to understand why this creative did well, and we need to create new variations of tests for this a little bit later on. So we just basically need to pick apart our winning creatives and then try to make different variations of them so we can continue to create new campaigns. But again, we're not going to do that just yet. What we're going to actually do after we've analyzed what creatives did the best, we're just going to bump our budgets. And you can be more conservative with this and bump by 20 to 40%, or you can just double the budget all the way up to 100. Because remember, we're starting at 50. So that same campaign that we just set up right here, if you have a winner, it goes all the way up from $50 all the way up to maybe 70 or even 100. All right. And this is what I call a proof scale. You don't want to go crazy here and start adding a lot of budget to it. So 50 to 100 to 200 to 400 to 800 and so on. Because what you want to do first is make sure that this product and offer can actually scale. And if it can, cool. But this is what I call a proof scale. So a simple little bump. And then from there, what you want to do is start rolling out your new variations of creatives in new CBO campaigns. So again, we analyze our best performing creatives and then we start launching new creatives in different CBO campaigns. And we kind of repeat this process of did it work? Yes or no? Bump the budgets. And then what you can do from here is if this continues to work, continue to bump the budget up. This is known as surf scaling. And you would do the same thing here and here as well. And if these continue to work, you can actually take the best creative and actually move it over into cost caps and more advanced things like that. But I know the majority of people that watch this channel are complete beginners. So we're not going to get into that because I don't want to overwhelm you. But this is the entire strategy of what you need to be doing right now to maximize your earning potentials this Q4 and especially Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And with that being said, this same strategy is not just for Q4, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. It's what you should be implementing, but it works all year round. This is the framework, the foundational aspect of what you should be doing when you're first getting started and how you should be going about growing your e-commerce business the right way based off real data and not hunches that you have, all right? Which I see a lot of people do, by the way, which is fine, but it's not going to work long term. You need to base everything off data. Now, I want to thank you so much for watching this entire video. I know it was a bit longer, but I always try to make sure that I give you the substance that you come here looking for. Now, with that being said, if you got value, I'd appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and also in the comments, let me know if you have any questions about anything. And lastly, if you are curious about how to work with me directly so we can apply these same strategies, we can look over your products and just do everything and really help you out the right way, there's a link down below to apply to join my one-on-one mentorship program where you're going to work directly with me and my team. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.